I'd like to thank you, Mr. Yoder, for letting me come in. I'd like to hand you this real quick while we talk, just to get you thinking about what we do. So, have you ever heard the concept of silly putty tickets?
No.
Okay, so do you understand what silly putty is?
Yeah, I've played with it when I was a kid.
Okay, yeah, as a kid, you can stretch it, you can mold it, kind of shape it how you want it. Basically, what we want to do is we want to take small businesses in the area and bring them into the Cedar Rapids Reds games and sell them premium seating so that they can bring in customers or prospective customers and turn them into customers and build a relationship with them. So we want to use these tickets to basically help local businesses grow their customer base. Now, how many local salesmen would you say that you have under you?
I got 5 full-time and 2 part-time.
Okay, so 7 total, but only 5 of them work full-time. Now, how many key accounts would you say each of those salesmen, have, as far as number of people that they sell seed, corn, and fertilizer to?
On the average, 30 to 50.
Okay, now 30 to 50, is that kind of on the high side, or is that normal?
That's pretty normal, so they can work efficiently and cover their bases.
Sure. Now, do you have a new plan for growing your customer base, or is it kind of where it's at is where it's at?
We've got an okay plan. We're always looking to better our businesses and grow our business.
Sure. Now, growing your business, would you say that's more long-term or just year-to-year, a few that you add in?
We always like new growth.
Okay. Now, new business is important. So what would you say the most important part of that is?
New customers are always great for us.
Sure. Now, how big would you say an important account? Is it a big part of that when you're getting new accounts in your current accounts? How big is typical?
Well, average size of farms nowadays are anywhere between 5. They farm about 500 to 1,000 acres. So a new account, would generate another $5,000-6,000 a month.
Okay, and that's for the entire farm, or that's just per
account?
Per account. Okay, so $5,000 to $6,000 a month per account. That's kind of your target, your goal.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so based on what we just talked about, here's a page of some numbers that we ran from previous years with companies and smaller groups that came to us. We use this idea to help them expand their business. We just talked about with you'd like to expand your business. We didn't really put a mark on that, but here's a basic idea of what we look for. We look for bringing in prospective customers. You bring them to a game once a month. It doesn't have to be the same customers. It can be different prospects, different people each time. But we say we bring them in once a month. Your salesman and yourself meet with them. And by the end of it, you've got about 3 hours of game time with the Cedar Rapids Reds home games. It's generally about 3 hours. So you'll have that entire time to talk with your prospective customers, get a relationship built with them, and really go on from just an ordinary relationship into something a little deeper. Now, when we say relationship building, you can do that on a golf course, you can do that over lunch, you can do that on their combine. While they're combining, you can just go out and meet them. Now, the difference is, if you're on the golf course, they might not be good at golf. If they're combining or working, whatever they're doing, they might not really hear what you have to say or what you have to sell them that's different from Pioneer or any other major products out there for fertilizer and for seeds. Now, I don't know about you, but it's been a while since I can remember where I went to lunch and just had a really good chicken sandwich. And this is something different than all 3 of those examples that prospective customers will remember, that you take them in and you really give them a first-rate experience and try to build a personal relationship with them. So, if you have 5 full-time salesmen, put the mark for building 1 new customer relationship each time. So what we would recommend is you bring in 6 customers, prospective customers, for each salesman, and then do that once a month for an entire season. That's going to be about 7 months. And by the end of it, we would say that you would have 7 new customers per salesman. How does that sound to you as far as running the numbers?
That'd be great.
Okay, now you said a typical business side of things, the business payments, payouts for an average farmer is $5,000 to $6,000 per farm for a new customer or an existing customer. That's about the average. What would you like to start out if you got 6 new customers per salesman? That's just the full-time salesman we're talking about. If you got a new account, what would you like that starting rate to be? Would it be still in the $5,000 or $6,000 range, or would it just be smaller? Maybe just some seed corn, maybe just some fertilizer. What do you think?
We're pretty happy with $2,000 to $3,000 starting up.
Okay, so let's just take the $2,000 to $3,000. We'll say $2,000 on the low end, just to be moderate, conservative. And we'll say for each of your 5 full-time salesmen, they sell a $2,000 a month customer that we've brought in. Now there's 5 salesmen, and you have one new customer each time they come in. So that's $10,000 for 7 months. That's $70,000 on the low end that you're growing your business just through using us. How does that sound to you?
That sounds excellent.
Okay. Now, another way that you can look at it is you can use this as a tax write-off for marketing, different business expenditures, so it's going to save you even more money than going out and getting a TV spot or just taking them out for dinner, something like that. It's going to help you build a relationship, and at the same time, you're going to help market, and you're going to save money through tax deductions. We've got all the paperwork, all those things that you can work out. Does that sound like something that you'd be interested in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I've got the contract right here. I'd like you to take a look at it. Now, would you like to buy that in your name or the company's name? How would you like to go about making this purchase here for this upcoming season?
Well, maybe I should think about it a little bit more. I think maybe I could get them from StubHub or Ticket Time. Maybe cheaper, or just do it whenever it suits my plans.
Okay, well, I see your point, but here's the thing. If you get them through us, we'll be able to give you better access. You'll be able to get all your tickets together or in one suite. You'll get a little more choice of what you get, because there are suites that we reserve simply for things like this, and people that just walk up or get them online, they won't really necessarily know how much they're going to pay once you put in taxes, and also they're just not going to have the same access, the same customer service, the same perks that we get, that you would get as a salesman or as a business owner if you come through us. So there's definitely a way that you could do that on your own, but if you go through us, it would definitely be a better option based on those things. Now, looking at the numbers, what do you think about making all that extra profit just off of new customers, new relationships that we've talked about today? What do you think of that?
I think that'd be great.
Okay, so you said you might just want to do it on your own. Is that something that you would talk to your employees about, or you're just kind of flying off the cuff? What makes you think that you would just maybe do it on your own?
I just thought maybe that if it didn't work, I wouldn't be fully invested in a year commitment.
Sure, that makes sense. Now, when we talk about a year commitment, we're not talking about every single game. We're talking about once a month for 7 months, and fiscally it just makes sense for a small business to do that with the numbers that we've provided you and everything else that we've talked about. It just makes sense from a business standpoint to go about it that way. Is that something that makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to make the sale now, or do you want to talk to your employees? What do you think about that?
We meet the 14th of every month.
The 14th, so that's about a week and a half away. Here's the problem. If you wait another week and a half with the new season upcoming, we're in preseason right now. If you wait another week and a half, some of those spots, or all of them, might be gone, and you would miss out on this opportunity completely. So with all that we've talked about, you would probably have to scratch that and either come up with something on your own or just move along with the business the same as it is. Which option would you prefer?
Well, I really like your idea.
Okay, that's great. So does it sound like something we can do? We can move forward on as far as this promotion and these sales?
I think so.
Okay, all right. Well, let's get it done. I've got a pen right here. You can start the process, and we'll get right on with it. All right?
All righty.